in the procurement system, no? Para malaman kung masyado bang mataas yung materyales, among other standards. There is in fact, Mr. Chair, an internationally recognized standard called the Open Contracting Data Standard, no, that lists which variables can be structured here, no. It's a technical discussion, pero babalik nga po dun sa tanong na dun sa mga tanong na tama ba ang presyo at kalidad? Mga bidders ba ay technically, legally, and financially eligible? Na-deliver ba yung goods? Na-audit na ba siya? And if we're able to upload these in a free, machine-readable way, it will be a very big help to citizen monitors like us.
Thank you, Ken. Secretary Aguda, I ask some questions here. No? So, initially, nakikita ko na up to a certain level, kayang mag-upload ka agad, di ba? Kasi these documents are available. And to address the concerns about DPWH projects, yung mga kontrata, and the further documents, I think they can be uploaded relatively fast. Kasi nandiyan na yan, di ba? Pero hindi bang pinag-uusapan ni Ken, all of these other reports, ma-upload din ba kaagad yun? Or it will take time to get all those documents on the blockchain? O nasa atin yan? Nasa atin lang lahat yan?
Mr. Chair, I can only speak with my experience in the ICT. No? So in the ICT, 6 months in, I've been looking for all the documents, paper or electronic. And this is already the ICT. So it took us 6 months just to upload all of the transactions related to free Wi-Fi. And they're of various formats. So the problem is they don't adhere to a standard schema. All the transactional reports that they've mentioned earlier, it's nice to hear that there are standard reports, but the way they fill it up, it's no standard. So what we do, and you mentioned this earlier, Mr. Chair, we uploaded everything on AI. So we created a huge data store. We uploaded all what we call the artifacts. Uploading and getting the data took us 6 months. Coming up with the price book, which we now know should be the price across. Coming out with the standard specs for everything that we need to standardize took us only a day. So the biggest work, the hardest work, is to gather the information. Kasi it's not just finding it, it's the bureaucracy of you have to go down several levels before somebody can say, hindi lang yung finance head kasi Mr. Chair ang mag-authorize. Yung finance head will be dependent on 3 or 4 layers below. Minalas na lang sila, makulit ako eh. So talaga, bumaba akong level. So I think it's the info gathering. But once you upload everything, like what our technical resources mentioned, technology is not the problem. It's going to be getting the information, navigating the process, and moving the people to comply. That's my experience, Mr. Chairman.
All right. So, syempre, ang nakikita ko kasi is pwede mag-phasing, di ba? So, the phase 1 could be simply publishing. Di ba? Yung mga kontrata ng public works na maraming gustong tumingin at gustong i-check kung ano ba talaga to, kung tama ba yung mga presyo. Phase 1 could simply be publishing, closer to the full disclosure bill that we've seen in the past. Phase 2 could be maybe identifying key agencies with the biggest procurement and what layers that they need to put on the blockchain, diba? And then maybe phase 3 could be the other aspects and other agencies na siguro mas malilit yung budget. Obviously, we can identify the agencies with the biggest budgets like DPWH, DOH, DepEd. No, ito yung mga big ticket items kasi, no? Pero siguro, secondly, tama ba? We can look at a phasing of this. In the first phase, just publishing it, I think, will already be a big win for the people. And then putting it on blockchain para mas understandable, pwede mo gamitin ng mga apps and other technologies would be the second phase. Without pegging you to these numbers, sa tingin mo, and maybe I can ask Donald also, sa tingin mo, how long will it take to get to where we want to go, and with all of these different phases that we need to go through?
Mr. Chair, medyo I'm biased towards speed eh. Ang sabi ko nga, execution over perfection eh. So, and if I may suggest, Mr. Chair, kung susundan natin ng mabuti yung spending pattern ng gobyerno, nagsisimula sa GAA. So pag sinimulan nyo sa GAA, pinablish yung GAA, and you require, siguro may 3 months pa before any bidding, any procurement can happen. So if you publish the GAA early by December or November, madaling ilagay sa blockchain yun because it's just a document that you put on the blockchain. Yung convention na lang ng mga index, numero, yun ang pag-usapan. Pag sinundan nyo yung procurement, naka-blockchain siya, naka-publish na, lahat ng tao makikita na sa blockchain yung GAA, sundan natin yung value chain up to the point na ma-disperse. Kasi bago naman ma-disperse yung pera sa kaban ng bayan, dadaan niya ng mga 3 to 6 months. Di sundan natin. And if I may suggest, Mr. Chair, sampulan natin with DBM there, then DPWH, yung moving forward. Kasi nandiyan si Sec Vince ngayon, medyo makabago. Ang objective is not the whole government in 1 year, but one major government agency. If you do DBM and DPWH, baka nga sa DPWH, hindi naman lahat. Baka muna yung mga key infra. Matapos siya ng isang buong taon, Mr. Chair, uulit-ulitin na lang natin. That's how I would suggest it. So kung ang tanong niyo sa akin, gaano kabilis, I think in 1 year, if we really have the political will to do this, because we have the technical capability, simulan natin dun sa ganung value chain approach, Mr. Chair.
Alright. DBM, Attorney, sorry may glare. Attorney Del Rosario, yeah. Any comments?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I'd like to highlight po that putting the documents in the blockchain is easy. We actually did that with Bayani Chain for less than a year, some few months. But I understand it takes us a long time to do process re-engineering itself. But for genuine fundamental change po to happen in blockchain, it has to be on the unified account code structure level. So meaning, for public finance practitioners, we have to put in the chain there are 4 element owners po dun. That's DBM, COA, Philippine Statistical Authority, and yung treasury and and the agency. So that's the organization code, funding source, object code, sub-object, even up to the location code po, CPSA po yung element owner nun. So, in order for us to do that, it has to be, the blockchain has to be on the ledger level. It takes us a long time. In fact po, when we started our term, SecMina asked me to start the blockchain since 2022. For blockchain practitioners, decentralized finance is the holy grail. So yun po yung goal po natin is to decentralize our public finance. And in order to do that, up to UX code level po talaga. However, for us to do something very quick, naisip po namin, SARO NCA muna, yung ilagay sa blockchain.
Yeah, SARO NCA kasi will help us with where the money should go.
Yes.
Pero with how the money is used, hindi pa eh.
Yes po.
Diba? Kasi those are the contracts of the agencies.
Yes.
No? And a lot of the corruption we're uncovering is at that level. No? So yung SARO at NCA, matutukoy natin kung may pondo. Actually, mas maganda kung alam mo yung proponent. Although wala rin naman yan sa SARO at NCA, it just shows the item and whether there's cash available. But to be able to really understand kung nasaan nangyayari yung pagnanakaw, we have to go to the contract level at the agency level. And although these records are not with DBM, they're actually with the legislators, yung proponents. Diba? So I think what you're doing is definitely commendable. It's a great first step. Pero to address our concern, we have to go to the agencies. And I will subscribe to what Secretary Henry said, na unahin na natin yung DPWH. Di ba? At kung makikita natin yung mga kontrata doon hanggang DUPA, tama ba? Hanggang DUPA, no, mas ma-analyze natin kung merong katiwalian o wala. No? But thank you, Attorney. So it's 11:58. I'm going to open the floor now for anyone who wants to give a statement, either of support or of concern. Baka naman po may mga gusto ko yung banggitin ng mga red flags na hindi pa na pag-uusapan. Now is the time. Maybe we can start with Blockchain Council, then we'll have Ms. Chongson of the FinTech Alliance next.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. On behalf of the Blockchain Council, of course, it goes without saying that you have our full backing and support. We issued a formal statement of support already, to your office. What I always tell people is that first, when you say blockchain, we have to understand there's the tech side and the people side, right? So technology is used by people. So in the end, tech is only as powerful as the people who are using it. And therefore, when we say blockchain, we have to understand that that tech will work only if the nodes are executed and distributed also. Otherwise, kung blockchain, lahat ng computer, in a way, kung lahat po ng nodes ay nasa iisang grupo din, hindi rin siya blockchain. Kumbaga, pinost lang natin, bulletin board lang siya. And that is why it is important also on that side, having said that, that important that the nodes are distributed. We can, for example, we were talking with Yusek David Almiro din, we have the EGOV chain. Sana kumalat din yung nodes. Maybe DBM or other offices would have that. What is also very important is on the people side. People meaning the ones who use it and the ones who puts that right number, that real document into the budget. That has to be part of the system, whether it's a GAION or SANEP. But and the reason why we launched, if you've seen the news, why we launched the integrity chain, was that on top of the technology, it was actually very much on the people side. More than 50 organizations pledged their statement of support. And Secretary Henry was one of those also who were there to support it, because we want the private sector, the organizations, to take an active part. In fact, it took us a lot of time because when we were saying yung nodes di nila mag-gets so kailangan ka namin bumili ng computer. So sabi namin, sige, wag muna. Kasi ang habang explanation and the legal part and everything. So what we said was that the integrity chain, all the private sector, Management Association of the Philippines, MBC, Makati Business Club, all the whatever association, sila po yung nag-release po ng statement on the corruption na we detest the corruption. So sabi ko, why don't we, instead of just keeping on issuing statements, can we do something about it? And that's why we said, let them be part of the process of checking also, right? Which is the essence of a participative democracy. So with that, and that's why the integrity chain was created, we hope that in 60 days we can deploy something as fast as the GoodGov chain. The essence is the people, all the organizations will be now looking at it also. Right? So, kasi number one, kailangan yung nodes, yung tech, distributed yung computer, otherwise it doesn't make sense. At the same time, lahat sinasabi natin, lahat titingin, pwedeng tumingin. Pero sino ba talaga ang titingin? Kasi hindi naman pwedeng buong Pilipinas titingin at lahat may comment. So we have to give that responsibility to certain groups. Whether, people here, we all represent certain groups. We are checking also. And whether the tech will solve the problem, at the very least, we know from the people side, mas mahirap kasing kumuha kung lahat nakatingin Right? And we will now ask the real questions. Those who are more in the know. And because of that, but one final thing, Mr. Chair, I always say, it's important to have that first step. Because technology in itself, nakakatakot yan right? There are just too many unknowns. And so because there are too many unknowns, when you talk about darkness, you only move because you have to take one step at a time, and that's experiment. And that's why in the integrity chain with DPWH, it was very clear to us, only foreign-assisted projects, put it on the chain, gather a technical working group, pag-usapan natin paano ilalagay, and then sino ang titingin, sino ang magko-comment. And we are more than willing, whatever learnings we have, we will provide it to you, Mr. Chair, para makita nyo rin how it's moving.
Regarding the DPWH project with blockchain, so it's only the foreign-assisted
Yes,
projects.
correct, Mr. Chair.
Wala kayong for the moment.
Yes.
Are you eventually going to go to the local projects? Kasi yan yung pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, diba? Sa Blue Ribbon, yan yung mga na-expose. Secretary Dizon, have you talked to Secretary Dizon about putting the locally funded projects or the GAA funded projects on the blockchain.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Pero what is always important in any tech adoption is always the MVP. It's always the pilot first before it explodes.
So the foreign is the pilot, right?
Correct, that's
Anong
right.
timeline mo to include the local projects?
We haven't mentioned